Small gain today, plus 970 on the 250K portfolio, plus 194 on the 50K portfolio. These are hypotheticals. We have not traded at all this month. I'm anxious to get this CPI number out of the way. So the hypothetical end-of-day drawdown is 81.35. Let's look at the portfolio calculator as well as some CPI and the trades on the day. We're going to look at CPI data. So still slightly down on the month, minus 1182.50 coming into today. If we look at the portfolio calculator, not trading on FOMC, I've added the don't trade on FOMC minutes as well, which works better in the short term, not as well in the long term, but better since 2018. But we have not checked that mark yet. I'm still doing research on that. We may not trade on FOMC minutes, but I'm anxious to get the CPI number out of the way, and I'll show you why. The largest losing day on this portfolio setup that we released in January is minus 15,735, and that came last month on CPI. So let's take a look at that. So last month we were taking a look at 2022 CPI data, and you get some big numbers here, 17K and 22K and minus 5K, and overall CPI data in 2022 for the current portfolio was plus 24K. It turns out to be a pretty good day to trade in 2022. Going back to 2018, the CPI data is right around break even, plus 665. But then in 2022, a surge. And so maybe there's some mean reversion with this. On January the 12th, the portfolio is down minus 15,735. So that increased the largest losing day on our current portfolio. So I'm a little anxious to get past that number for this month to see what happens. And CPI comes out an hour before the open tomorrow, but it can still generate volatility throughout the day. Last month CPI was revised from down 0.1% to up 0.1%. The market has just ignored that, and so the market is in that mindset now where it's going to continue to ignore bearish data and see what it wants to see. Very determined to move higher, and so we're willing to take long and short trades either way tomorrow. Would like to see a little bit of chop tomorrow at the open, potentially some intraday drawdowns between 2 and 4K would be a good entry point tomorrow, and potentially just see how the market opens. I don't want to endure another CPI day like we had last month. I would like to skip that day and then use that day, a day like that, to start trading. Wouldn't want to miss one of these days, but I would rather miss one of these days than to trade through one of those days. So managing risk here, looking for a good entry point in this. 2 to 4K drawdown tomorrow, and depending on the way it opens, I may send a drawdown entry alert out intraday. And let's look at the trades on the day for today. Viper was, you see the trades on the day, 2 for 3, down on the day because it has a $600 profit target, a $1,200 stop loss. And so after slippage and commission, minus 75 on the day. Tick count trend, 2 for 3 as well, up on the day, plus 525 on that. Cobra 3 had a nice trade today, taking the long trade, buying the dip, and tick reversal was up on the day. New equity peaks for tick reversal. AVP1 had a slight gain today, and momentum reversal was down on the day. Tried to capture that short. Market going up ahead of CPI. Very bold and anticipation that CPI will tick down. It did last month, but like I said, it was revised higher. So Cobra 3 ES up on the day, tick fader down on the day, and momentum reversal had a bigger losing day on the S&P. I actually have a revision from my original results that I showed at the beginning of the video. So the hypotheticals on tick count trend are plus 525. My live server did not show this trade. And so on live trading, we would have missed this, and live trading would have been minus 50 on the day. And so revising it for the hypotheticals, plus 1545 on the day, with realized results only about plus 970. Had you traded it live and you had the same results as my live server, because for some reason the trade shows up after I refresh it, that happens every now and then, and not frequently. Usually there's a data change, or the market or the data was hung, and so I'm showing plus 1545 on the day, and minus 7560 on the drawdown. So I'm waiting for a $2,500 to $5,000 drawdown intraday or end of day now to get in on this portfolio setup. And once again, if you take a look at where it is on the month, it is right there at break even, so maybe plus 300 on the month. And so anxious to get this CPI number out of the way. Like I said last month, that was the number, that was the daily P&L on CPI. So waiting for that, waiting for any intraday volatility and drawdown to get in. And so I'll send out, like I said, I'll send out a drawdown alert for that. And those are the trades on the day for Monday, February the 13th, 2023. Hey, David Bean here. Welcome to Capstone Trading Systems YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to join our community of algorithmic traders. We are real money traders. We share our winning streaks, we share our losing streaks, as well as market updates, strategies, and coding tips.